is Rodney Powell. I'm the senior pastor here at St. John's United Methodist Church, and I'm glad to be with our associate pastor, Ryan Powell. Ryan, it's good to be with you.
Good to be with you too.
For us, it's a Thursday afternoon, and the staff was thinking that it might be a good idea for us to check in with all who might be interested in what's going on here at the church. It's been quite busy, even though we are distancing, even though we're working from home, there's still lots of ministry and mission that's going on. And so this is our version of a fireside chat. Be a casual time when we can talk about what the staff is doing and what's going on here at the church. So Ryan, get us started. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Like Pastor Rodney said, there's a lot of different things going on. I'll kind of focus on Sunday because that's what's grabbing the most attention to everybody. We've got a lot of viewership. I think we're up to about 150 views during Sunday morning, which that translates to probably closer to what our Sunday averages are, which is encouraging. People are still staying connected through our Sunday morning worship services. But one of the things that I want to point out is you see a small piece of what's really going on Sunday mornings. There's a lot of things that go in to the works to make Sunday mornings happening. There's planning that goes throughout the week, and a tip of the hat to Dr. Timothy Bellflower through this testing Lenten season that we've been experiencing to put together meaningful worship services. Incorporate everybody that he can into those worship services. And then maybe what you don't see, what is behind the scenes, Hannah Lunny, our communications director, has become a TV production manager kind of overnight. And week by week, she has been improving those live streams. Val has stepped up in a huge way, making sure that our YouTube and our CN2 broadcasts happen, running the sound to make sure everything sounds as good as it can. It's a learning in progress. It's a work in progress. We're kind of limited with our equipment, but the staff as a whole has really come together in a huge way to make sure we put the best product, so to speak, out there that we can, the best worship service that we can.
Right. I've been so proud of what has been done, and it's not just the pastors talking, but we're able to actually have as close as we can to a full worship service with music, with special music, with the word proclaimed. I've been very proud of everybody and the way that they've stepped up to help make this happen.
Definitely. And then in different areas of ministry, looking at the children's ministry and the student ministry, both Sarah and Val have been staying connected with everybody via Zoom. That is the new way we connect together. We get together, see each other face to face. They have utilized that Zoom to stay in touch with the kids and with the students. I know Val's still keeping the confirmation classes going. He's even done a one-on-one mentoring thing, I believe, doing some Zooms with other churches to fulfill some requirements for some of those kids. It's been really awesome to see people get creative and step up in different ways. And I've even seen Sunday school classes taking advantage of the Zoom opportunity that we have to stay connected, to build a relationship. As a matter of fact, I'll do a cheap plug here. Starting next Wednesday at 7 p.m., I'm going to be doing a Zoom Bible study. We're going to go through the book of John, and we're going to look at the 7 signs, the 7 miracles in John, and just kind of walk through that in a way that we can still be getting fed, digging into God's Word, and growing as people of faith.
That's going to be so good. That's my favorite gospel, and looking forward to that happening.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what else? What else is going on?
Well, the staff has divided up our membership ways that we could call people and stay involved from a pastoral care perspective. I've been glad to have the opportunity to speak to a few people that I haven't talked to in a long time. I've actually made some phone calls and sent some emails to people I don't even know, haven't had a chance to meet them yet, but yet we're able to check in with them and see if they have any needs that we can help meet. I don't know that a lot has been going on from that other than the fact that we've been able to make that personal contact, which I think is so important.
I've heard different scenarios of some of these folks going out and buying groceries for some of the older folks that can't get out there and do that safely, which has been really encouraging. We're seeing a lot of hands and feet of Jesus type stuff going on. And on that note, this past week we partnered with the roasting company.
Right.
Mitch and Christy Grant kind of came to us with this idea, and Sarah, our children's director, kind of put it together where we are taking meals that the roasting company are providing at specific rates to first responders, people who just need food. I use it as an opportunity to reach out to people in my community. I have a fireman and his wife works for Walgreens. Those people are out there on the front lines. I took that opportunity just to be a ministry to them. There's a lot of different ways, even while we're socially distanced, to still be the hands and feet and make disciples for Jesus during this crazy, crazy time, which has been very cool to see.
That has been a very important ministry. We've asked people to step up and offer their names if they want to be included in a prayer list that we can pray for them, doctors, nurses, firemen, police, EMS, all those essential people, even the grocery store folks. So we've been praying for them, but then as Ryan has said, we've also been providing the meals. And it's been encouraging. We've also heard, because we've been involved in this, we've asked people to help support that financially, and we've actually done quite well and haven't had to dip into that precious general fund because people have stepped up and been very generous.
Yeah, we'll talk about the general fund here in a minute. But one of the things I also want to point out is that DC Horn, our director of discipleship and outreach, she's been in contact with all different agencies in our Rock Hill community to see of other opportunities that we can have. So stay tuned. There might be some more ways that we can serve. A lot of what's happening is people just taking in canned goods and monetary donations has been what I've heard the biggest need, and DC kind of affirmed that to me, that the church as well, but these different ministries that are kind of out there on the front line serving people need those monies to keep those ministries going, because even when we get out of this, there's still going to be a lot of need out there that's kind of a product of the scenario that we're in. So there's opportunity for the church to be the church long after that as a result of this COVID-19 situation.
Isn't it interesting the way that ministry is sort of changing? I mean, we're seeing a shift in the way that that we actually do. You mentioned the hands and feet, the way that we actually do ministry. We can't come together the ways that we have been in the past, but yeah, this is like the church going out and being the church in the community, making those one-on-one contacts.
Definitely. One of the things we want to highlight, it's not something for pastors that's always fun to talk about when it comes to church finances, but it's something that needs to be addressed, especially in a situation that we're in where your giving is so important. We believe it to be a biblical mandate that God has called us to give back what he has richly blessed us with. And to just kind of to frame the situation for you, what we need on a weekly basis to cover operating expenses normally is $28,686.72. Now that number covers a lot of different things, everything from staff to keeping the lights on. So we're able to kind of adjust a little bit, but we still are functioning as a church, and we're still needing you to contribute your monies, your gifts to the kingdom work that we have going on here at St. John's United Methodist. So that giving is still very, very important, and we stress that each week.
Well, we're blessed with such a wonderful facility here. It's a wonderful combination of both old and new construction, but that requires a lot of upkeep and a lot of maintenance, and there's things that are still going on that have to be done.
Absolutely. So, I got a question for you.
Sure.
You know, I feel like everything that we go through in life is a teaching moment. What is God teaching you through all of this?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I'm a pretty transparent person, and most of the people listening to this know that I've got my own challenges, and it's actually been quite interesting. I'm facing something that I never thought I would. I'm facing an early forced retirement, a disability, and I've wondered what I was going to do with that, and this is almost like a practice session. I'm very sorry the world has to go through this with me, but the very interesting thing is the spiritual aspect of what Angela and I are going through. It tears my heart out, literally, to think about leaving active ministry here at St. John's. I've only been here not quite 2 years, but the church has stolen my heart. So it's not what I would have designed, it's not what I would have wanted, but it's what is. And I have spent 40 years, Ryan, proclaiming that the good news is that no matter what we're going through, God is with us. We've never been left alone. And so I've actually had, believe it or not, the opportunities to chuckle at myself, to laugh at myself when I open my eyes and realize the ways that God is still at work. I'm growing in my gratefulness for the ways that God is walking with us personally in the changes that we're facing, but also the ways that God is walking with the opportunities that we have here, as we've been talking about, the continued ministry opportunities. And I find it very interesting as one who has always been interested in watching society and watching the social part of the church, to watch how ministry is changing. I think that what we're going through now will have ripple effects for decades, not just days or weeks or months, but for decades. And so, as you said at the very beginning, we're learning to make our video, audio presentations better. Churches are going to find out, hey, this is a good way and to reach out into the community. And churches that would have never thought about being involved in this kind of ministry. Someone jokingly said, now every pastor is a televangelist. In a way, we are. I mean, this is our new medium for right now. So I think the ripple effects are going to be seen for some time to come. And I would just remind you, I would remind everyone, God is with us through this, and we're following God's will and God's leading, hopefully, and we're going to be the people that God's calling us to be in this very unusual and very dangerous, but very unusual time.
Definitely.
How about you? What's been going on with you?
The biggest thing that my eyes have kind of been open to, it's been a couple things. One, a need to slow down. A need to slow down, and we've kind of been forced that hand in a lot of ways. Never in a million years did I think I would be a kindergarten teacher, but here I am being a kindergarten teacher, which has been a unique experience. But one of the really cool and neat, and I'm hopeful, fruitful things that's happened as a result of this is I've been able to start building relationships within the community that I live, that I don't know would have happened as quickly had this not happened. Now, not to say that I'm glad the COVID-19 pandemic's here,
Right.
At all, but God can still take terrible situations and draw good out of it. And I think that's one of the things for us as my family, in my ministry, because my ministry is not just here at the church. It's out there in the community that God has placed us in. For my purposes, it's out there in the Newport area, by the Newport Walmart. So being able to start to build those relationships that hopefully will bear some fruit down the line has been one of the neatest things for me. And it's opened my eyes to really, and you'll hear me talk about that this Sunday. I'm really excited about this. That, just as the Father sent Jesus, and we just celebrated Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection, just as the Father sent him to complete that work, Jesus then sends us to be a continuation of that work, to go out and make disciples, and I'm really excited to talk about that Sunday. And that's just where my heart's been for a while now, and it's just been kind of put on steroids here lately with the situation that we're in. So that's been my big thing, is to not just look at me being a pastor as my only sphere of ministry. The fact that where we live is our mission field. And we're called to those people. When you look at the commission in Acts 1:8, you go to Jerusalem, you go to Samaria, you go to the ends of the earth, all different spheres of our world. And God's blessed us with an opportunity right in our own backyards. Right. And I want to capture that. And that's what God's really been teaching me through this time.
Great. Well, is there any other word that you might have for our friends today?
Tune in this Sunday. We're excited to invite some, folks. This is a great opportunity for people to try churches without even having to get up. We invite you to come in your PJs or in your Sunday best, whichever you want to do. But we're excited to see you this Sunday. And stay tuned for different offerings as we learn to do ministry in this unique social distancing season. The Bible study, you'll see more information about that. I know Val and Sarah and DC and all them in different areas have things going on. So just stay tuned in ways that you can be a part of what we got going on here, even though we're physically apart.
Great. Thank you very much. We hope to see you Sunday, so tune in and be with us. If there's anything that we can do for you, please call the church or call our cell phones. You probably have those numbers. But we want to be as helpful as we can during this unusual, difficult, dangerous time. Please, stay safe. Thanks for being with us today, and we'll see you soon.
God bless from the palace.